They asked him, Lord, when shall be the sign of your coming into the world? He said, when all of these things, what shall be the sign of his coming and the end of the world? When all of these things come to pass, then the end is near. What? Even where? At the door. And so I'm going to read some more in Matthews, and I'm down to 29. But Daniel 9, I want you to put that down. It's good. I got 3, 2, 2, 4, but read the whole chapter. Daniel 12, 1 through 14, but it's good to read all. Joel, the whole chapter. That's 2, and Joel, and actually 1. And also the whole chapter of the 3rd chapter of Joel. Revelation 6. My message deals with 4 through 17. Revelations 8. Revelations 13. Revelations 14. Revelation 15. Revelation 16. Revelation 17. Revelation 18 and 19. Now the Lord carried me out 100 or so hours, 113 or 14 hours, in at one time when I was in a deep fast, not even with water. During that time, I was in that spirit for those hours, and I guess he talked to me like he did about John. It happened in 1970 as he was crossing over out of 69. But at the end, and whether you believe it or not, I put all this stuff on tape, but I sealed them. And the Lord, I was in one of the longest fasts except now, one I just ended and still ain't been able to keep nothing on my stomach. Hardly. But I got down till I knew I wouldn't even be here in this meeting. Didn't do something. But I was in the longest time of fasting of my life. It took me, I believe it was 193 days. And the Lord Jesus unveiled the book of Revelation to me. Absolutely. And when he got through, I put it on tape. And he told me, said, I'm going to take it from you. But when I reveal it back to you, it's going to be when all of it is to come to pass. And you believe it or not, on this last time that I set my heart to seek God till on the way here, on a Wednesday, Sister and I stopped to eat. And I might have kept that meal down. I may have kept 2. I usually, if I'm not sure about a fast, it's hard for me to get out of it. You know, but I'd gone 206 days and I was scared. Not to meet God. Right now, I think this would be a terrible time, whether you believe it or not, me to die. I said, I believe it'd be a terrible time for me to die, or any of y'all to die for us. I think about your church. Amen. What would happen at your church if you died? You know what I'm talking about? Right. We're at the time now, if a man of God has got a message and he's praying and fasting, it ain't no time to jump up and leave a church, or unless God leads him to, or to leave the ministry. Die. We're in a time right now of a closing in, and we need every man of God we can get. And everything is coming in now. And I tell you what's going to shock the world. I'm going to tell you what he told me. He told me, 3 weeks ago, before I broke my fast. He said, I am going to shock the evolution people. Said, when I get through, said the evolution theory is going to be destroyed. Said people is going to know that I'm God, that I'm the Almighty, that all things is created by me. Hell and destruction was created by God. Everything that was made by God. And Darwin and all the devils that believed him. You know, people don't know who Darwin was. He was an infidel. They run him out of Georgia. They run him out of Alabama. They run him out of Tennessee. They run him out of Oklahoma. They run him out of Kansas. They run him out of Missouri. Back in the early 20th century. Man, he wound up way over yonder somewhere. But now they teach it in schools. He was an antichrist himself. Not the man of sin that's going to force people to take the mark of the beast. But we are now sitting on the threshold and the back. And you say, well, you ain't going nowhere. Let me tell you something. If all you people that believe in that rapture theory, you should have left back in the 80s.
Amen.
When they said 1888 and 1870, first 1887, they missed out and then they set it up. You should have got out of here then.
Amen.
I was telling people, I said, what? God took me out in the 70s. He said, this thing, if we go into the 90s, we're going into the most terrible times of history. The Lord told me people be making more money in a day in the 90s and in the 2000s. And I saw on up to 2017, and I'm not telling you where else. That $100 would be not even buy what $5 would buy.
Amen. Right.
We are in a mess. It's here now.
Yes, it is.
And God needs you, men and women. And here I got down to Matthew's. At least I'm going to read 29 over. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened. The moon shall not give her light. The stars shall fall from heaven. The powers of the heaven, that's the universe, shall be shaken. Then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. Then shall all tribes of the earth mourn.